I'm going to tell you a true story. I absolutely dropped the ball with one of the projects that I thought was going to be an absolute smash. I basically built a community site and didn't market it. I screwed up really badly, and for 2025, actually, I built this project. Let me go back. I'll tell you a little bit about the project. I've been using for years now Buddy Boss as the community platform of choice for the WordPress sites, and we've built tons and tons of them for customers. And there's a great place for Buddy Boss, the Buddy Boss theme, and the actual whole Buddy Boss ecosystem, which allows anyone to build their own community. And if you add things like LearnDash or Tutor LMS, any of the other additional WordPress plugins, you can actually create a great campus with it. Now, the thing with Buddy Boss is if you are going to do large numbers of students and or subscribers, it can be pretty taxing for your server and the infrastructure that you have running your business. The one thing that it also does, which is really important for some customers, is of course it's got a mobile app. It's a native mobile app that's available that you can take any of the information that's live on your site is automatically live on an app that people can install on their Windows or their Android or Apple device. So it's a great platform. It does some really cool things if you're doing certifications or very sophisticated kind of campuses or learning environments. And a lot of times businesses, it's a great fit for businesses that are doing internal training when it needs to be really structured and some additional pieces as checks and balances, and it kind of fits into a workflow. So having said that, I built out a really cool community for my latest hobby, which was last year and is still pickleball. And if you're not familiar with pickleball, it's the fastest growing sport in the world, I believe now. And anyone who is a little bit older and physically challenged may have already found out about it because it's great exercise, a lot of fun, with not an overly amount of injury-inducing activity to it. So I did a really, really, really cool platform for pickleball, and I did it on Buddy Boss. And I learned a couple lessons. One of them is, there's two things. First is I completely screwed up and I didn't market it, and I thought it would just kind of be there. And it was a side hustle, so I didn't really spend a lot of time on it. But, I was adding to it, but I wasn't actively outbound marketing to it. Even the stuff that I cover in the marketing or my campus blueprint or my campus map, I wasn't even following my own instructions on this project. And I think part of it was because it wasn't about courses, it was more about a community. And the idea that I had was that people would be able to basically log in, create a profile, and be able to connect with each other. And I had some additional WordPress plugins for it that allowed people who had clubs or associations or products to be able to create themselves in a directory that would be available to the people who are the members. And that was a big idea I had. And I set it up and it works really cool. I'll actually show it to you right now just so that you can kind of get a feel for it. And again, this is one that I was really, really excited about, but kind of disappointed in myself because I did such a poor job with it. So here's the My Pickleball Friends site right now. And this kind of platform that I have here is the Buddy Boss platform, Buddy Boss theme, and it has all sorts of great stuff. I've got a activity feed, we've got social groups, we've got an event calendar, we've got clubs for the directory, and these are all pieces that I put together. And I even added some courses, a basic pickleball course. And this is a really nice looking kind of platform. I've actually got it so it's importing all the national events. So if people want to go and find out where a tournament is, for example, of what's going on, right now they can go take a look. It goes into the calendar, shows all the events and details there. And again, I don't have nearly enough members because I didn't promote it. That's the first thing, I learned you still got to promote. You just can't get away from it. Even if you have a cool piece of software, a cool idea, if you don't promote it, it's not going to grow. And here's the second thing that I learned, and this is why I'm going to do something that I've never done before, and I'm going to share it with you right after I tell you the big mistake that I think I learned when I was going through this dropping the ball. And what it was most of the people that end up in community sites only want something that is really, really simple. In as much as I had all of these cool things that were there, it wasn't simple enough. And I think over 2025, my goal personally is to try and make things more simple, not only for myself in terms of the workflow, but for the people that are in my training sites, on my campuses, who are students. Just try and keep it simple and to the point. And I did a video earlier. I was thinking about, do you want an audience who becomes a member, who becomes a student? What's that kind of step there? And I think the word is not being a subscriber, but are you being worthwhile? Is it worth, as a student, member, or part of your audience, is it worthwhile for me to spend my time with you and your information? And keeping things simple, make it more worthwhile. So my focus is going to try and make everything more simple internally, but I'm also going to make it easier to get around and more simple for people who are getting started on my Pickleball Friends. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take my Buddy Boss version of my Pickleball Friends and I'm going to redo it in Fluent Community. And Fluent Community is the new platform that I've been spending lots of time on. And I'll open that one up for you. And again, there's if you have any particular questions about it, I do have some courses in the training sites. Let me just open this one up. I do have some courses on how to use this, but this plugin is drop dead simple. And again, this is one that we set up and configure and manage for people as part of our agency. But this one is drop dead simple. It's easy and it scales. So the other one, Buddy Boss was a great platform, but from what I've heard and what I've seen with larger clients is it can get kind of taxing and slow. This one was designed specifically to be a lot easier to use for the people who are logging in and getting started, but more importantly, it's something that can scale to a large number of users, which I would hope would happen in this whole pickleball space. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to share this as I go through it. We're going to do it live together. I'm going to show you exactly the stuff that I'm doing to create it. I'm also going to show you the actual marketing that I do this time, and you have to hold me to it. I want you guys to say, hey, what are you doing with that? How come you didn't promote it? Or, why don't you try this? I'm going to do this live transparently. We're going to see what happens. If you have suggestions, work through with me. Of course, we're going to see if I can not drop the ball this time. It's an absolutely huge market, and no one is doing that I've seen here kind of in a platform that is just about connecting people and not kind of selling equipment or selling tools or that kind of thing. So we're going to go start to finish through. I'm going to share it with you. If you have questions, just ask. It's going to be on YouTube, but it's also going to be live in the trainingsites.io kind of courses as I go through. And again, that's free to join. So go to trainingsites.io. You're free to join there. The link is below. But go on YouTube too. Check out the channel. See what's happening. It's going to be a lot of fun. And hopefully I'll learn to be a little more simple with the content that I create and whom I create it for and how it gets distributed. My name is James. Take care. Expect the best. We show people how to start, build, and grow their own education business.